Well, Joesph, what have you been up to?
Well, I don't know where to start. Have a lot. I've been uh, I've been dealing with. One of the things I'm working on. I am preparing for a symposium in a Guadeloupe, French Caribbean, for the month of May, and there we are dealing with the we are dealing with the let me read you here. We are dealing with the legacy and the subsequent the institution and subsequent legacy of slavery and colonization. So that's one thing. In fact, I have he will be joining us for that function in Guadeloupe. It is taking place in May as they are commemorating the abolition from slavery. Are also very consumed working and preparing, looking for a place where I want to launch a new YWAM center. So these are two major things that are consuming my time.
You say a new YWAM base, is that there in Richmond or somewhere else?
No, I'm looking for a place in the Tidewater area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, in Richmond. There is a base here in Richmond.
Yeah, I knew that. I thought maybe they were just moving or something, but you're going to start a whole new base.
Yeah. I think my time in Richmond is over.
Ah.
Yeah. So these are two major things that are consuming my time. I still travel, but not intensively like last year.
With your symposium in Guadeloupe, how is that going? And talk a little bit about that.
One, it is a first effort. Not a first effort. It's a first symposium I'm succeeding to launch in the Caribbean. I've been trying to do that for a number of years. So well, I have a people there on the ground, but since it's the first time, things are not really did not go like I want them to go, because I wanted to have I wanted to be able to invite or recruit people from the States and different Caribbean islands, from different nations in Europe and Africa to come for that. But the people on the ground started very late, the preparation, so it kind of limited me in what I wanted to do. But I'm still pressing on to to have it done, and then probably in the future we can have a much better understanding of what it takes to organize something like this. So I have been working in the Caribbean since 2002, dealing with reconciliation and so forth. And one of the things that really troubled me is to see the distance that is still existing between the Caribbean island. It's a small territory, but the colonial divisions. So you have the French Caribbean, you have the English, you have the Dutch, you have the Spanish, and the distance between them is incredible.
Mm.
You know, like for instance, Guadeloupe is very, very difficult to find a flight from the US to Guadeloupe. Ever since I've been here in America, this is the first place I'm going to, and finding a flight is difficult.
Huh.
Very, very difficult. So, you know, I have to fly via St. Martin, and then from St. Martin find another flight to get to Guadeloupe. So they are these two French islands, Guadeloupe and Martinique, are quite isolated within the Americas. You see, so these are legacy that we're still dealing with, and our effort is really to work and start to open the eyes and understanding of the people, so people can start doing something. There's still French territory, and that's very, very difficult issue to deal with because it's French territory.
I see.
But they are in the Caribbean. St. Lucia is probably 100 miles away. But to get from St. Lucia there is not easy. What we are attempting to do with the reconciliation is to hopefully address this legacy that slavery and colonization have left. Not only slavery, but the transatlantic slave trade. It started with the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
All this legacy that have left there to seek the possibility of having a sort of a healing, not only individually. I think here my target is the nations. I want to see that healing, that freedom get into the level of nations, not only the individuals, you know. So with the symposium, that's why we are part of what we are targeting. And so we'll be dealing with the issue of relationships, families, education, and so forth.
Are there any government officials or business leaders that you have connections with that can help to facilitate that?
Well, I mean, I wanted to communicate with some government official from Africa, but we're not successful because when we're talking about exchange, relationship exchange, you know, in a commerce as well as diplomacy, we need to have government representative.
Right.
But I was not successful, you know. And the Caribbean and Guadeloupe being a French territory, so that is very sensitive ground to work on. So we will just, you know, provoke the thinking of the people.
Gotcha.
with this one. Hopefully, that the provocation can help the mind of Christian to even start praying and seeking ways to do something about it.
Are either of those nations, given that they are French, are they like France in that they're very secularistic?
Why they are different in the Caribbean, because the majority of them are African.
Right.
And the African are always religious people, you know. They're always religious people, but you will have people who has grown disillusioned with religion, and those who will have influence from the French culture or ideologies.
Yeah. That's why I asked the question, because I know that the African people are, but this is a colony.
Yeah.
Very much the spirit of the mother country can
dominate
into the colonies, and so I wondered if that was the case. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they still control the government control everything.
Yeah.
The government control everything, the education, the business, and all.
Yeah.
the politics and so forth. So they still have that strong grip. But regardless of that, if you go there and go to France, you will notice a difference.
Quite different, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Wow.
So they in the French Caribbean, they still being treated all like a second citizen,
Yes, yeah.
Uh,
When is your symposium?
it is May 9th through the 12th.
9th through the 12th.
Yes, Thursday to Sunday, and then Monday is departure.
We should, just as the Eagles, we should take those days to really commit to just fast and pray for you guys.
I will appreciate that very much.